The big day is finally here. It seems like it took forever. It's about time. So I'm getting ready to meditate and take another shower and drink 12 ounces of Gatorade and head to the hospital. It's going to be a long day, so I'm just praying mostly for my family today and their sanity because it's going to be a long day. A long day of waiting for them. We're looking at a 4 or 5 hour procedure and 2 different surgeons. So it's going to be a long day. I spent the last couple of days with myself and listening to music and just being for once, which I'm a busybody and I don't really get to just be. So spend a lot of time just being, and I'm glad that I did that. I feel calm. I slept okay. I slept better than I would have slept because my mama's here, so I slept okay. So yeah, I am. My thoughts this morning are a reflection of some of the conversations I've had with some of my close friends about some of the things that I think people aren't mindful about when they are communicating with somebody who has cancer. I think the top 3 for me is what have been weighing heavy on my chest. The first one is telling someone who has cancer to think positive. And I have a lot of thoughts about that. And my first thought is you should be really careful telling people how to feel. I think it's, you mean well because you want positive energy and we want positive energy. But I don't think people understand that the fight is positive. And the feelings that we go through during this journey are stages of grief. And to feel those feelings is positive. Anger, sadness, sometimes denial, joy, whatever the feeling is, to allow ourselves to actually feel those feelings is actually positive. Going to all of these doctor's appointments, scheduling all of these things, getting our affairs in order, financial planning, all of that is actually positive. Because that's what we're fighting. So that's positive. Allowing ourselves to have conversations with people about their feelings is positive. So to me, and I'm only speaking for myself, I feel like the best thing you can do for someone like me when you want to remind me to remain positive is to just tell me that you are sharing your positive energy with me, because I am human and I'm not always going to be able to remain positive while I'm fighting. When you are a fighter, you are not thinking about cheerful things. You are thinking about busting through walls and glass ceilings and doors. And yeah, so you have to be careful telling people how to feel. My second thing is the word anything. If you need anything, just let me know. And I'm a literal person, so if you say anything, I'm going to take that literal. And here's the thing, we can't do anything for anybody. It's not realistic. The most helpful thing you can do for someone who has cancer is actually say exactly what it is that you can offer. For example, I'm off on Tuesdays and I can drive you to the doctor's. I can pick up prescriptions. I can take you for a drive. I can come over and dust your shelves. I can bring you lunch. Whatever it is, exactly it is you can do. That's what you offer. And then you give us the decision to say, yeah, actually, that would be very helpful. I do have doctor's appointments on Tuesdays. I would need a ride. Can you do that? That would be great. Because then we're not put in a position where we unintentionally gaslit, because that's what's happening when you say, I can do anything, and then we ask for something and you can't do it. I think people should look up the definition of anything. And I think people should not use the words, I can do anything, just say the word. I will never respond to people who say, I can do anything. Those are usually the people I run from, because I've got to protect myself from being disappointed when you don't show up. And then I think the third thing, because I don't think people understand, unless you've been in a situation like this, the last thing, or the third thing, because I said there's top three, is I know someone who also had cancer. Let me introduce you to them. Or even more to that, oh, I completely understand what you're going through, because my sister, cousin, teacher had cancer too. Not all cancer is created equal. This is my fourth cancer, and I don't feel the same way I felt the other 3 times. Ironically, I was more devastated by my colon cancer diagnosis and in shock, because I wasn't prepared for that news. And it took me a long time to heal. And actually, I didn't really heal, but the way I handled that and the way I'm handling this is different. And this cancer is more serious. I have a very close friend who battled it breast cancer twice in a course of a span of 3 years, I believe. And I was there both times. And neither one of her situations was the same. I, in a course of 5 years, had about 6 people around me that I personally had a relationship with have breast cancer, and none of their cancers were the same. And when they came to me and told me about their diagnosis, I was very mindful not to say that I understand because of someone else's diagnosis. So those are the 3 things that have been sitting with me a lot this week and that I've had conversations with some of my close friends about. And I think that all just kind of goes back to mindfulness. That word gets used a lot, but I don't think people really apply it. Mindfulness. We're asked to be mindful of other people's feelings, but then we're also asked to take care of ourselves and be selfish in this situation, which, by the way, is also another gaslighting that people don't realize they're doing. Mindfulness. Anyway, I am going to go and take my last shower and drink my little 12 ounces of Gatorade, go and meditate and get ready to hit the hospital. But I am prepared. I'm prepared to fight. And I'm prepared to fight for those who are no longer here to do the fight. Especially for a very, very dear friend of mine who I shall remain nameless out of respect for her family. And I am prepared to fight for those who are still fighting. So, here we go. Time to go get this work.